I think about Stephon Clark. I think about Brandon Smith, who was also killed by police officers.
We need more funding for gun violence research that focuses not just on gun violence, but how it affects Black and Latino community.
So today is a select committee which I chair on gun violence in communities of color. What we will be doing is gathering people from across California, coming together, talking about gun violence.
Gun use intensifies violence, making it more likely that the victim of an assault or robbery will die. Trust is critical to improving police-community relations, but today I'm going to go a little further, and I'm going to emphasize that when trust is weak, gun violence is higher. So it's really important that we find ways to build trust between the police and communities of color, because ultimately that will affect gun violence.
In a sense of understanding that training over and over and having a diverse police force would all of a sudden create this change, we've been doing that.
It's really important for us to really go deeper into the problem, the source, and we continue to move away from these conversations because we don't want to identify that gun violence is also police violence on the Black community.
But who do we now create and teach that's going to come in and take over these services to deter that when people call 911, there's people responding who has been trained? Because every person of color, every man who walking down the street with his pants sagging is not involved in gangs. But you'd only know that if you've been trained to recognize that that person's not affiliated with gangs. It's a fad, it's a fashion statement, right? Something is going on systematically where it comes down to communities of colors have the highest increase of gun violence. And we want to get to the bottom of this by having this kind of hearings so that we can, one, bring the experts in the rooms so that we can talk about how do we resolve and decrease the amount of gun violence in California.